Welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager. Over there on the right hand side is something I'm never ever going to get tired of looking at, and I really hope stays like that for the rest of the season, but it's incredibly unlikely. But we're going to push for it, and that's leading the Drivers and the Constructors Championship, albeit pretty narrowly. But considering where our car is, we haven't put a single part on it yet this year. It's still the 6th quickest car, and we're leading both championships. Superb strategy, obviously, from me. That's the only reason we're leading. No, I don't know how it's happening. We've just got to hope that things keep going our way, and now we can, I think, finally improve our car without worrying about being too much in debt. So our headquarters are nearly done. Performance improvements and reliability being done currently. Got an awful lot of mail. Driver set steering pace in practice. Car condition. Interviews, sure. Must be delighted. I am. It's yay. Eka told us that she was absolutely delighted with coming third. Does that show a lack of ambition? No, not at all. No. Podium in her second race for the team. That's brilliant. How could I ever complain about that? Everybody in high spirits. Thanks for the support this weekend, Jamie. It was a great race. It was indeed. +5 morale for getting a podium. Same for Dreyfus. You can't say you've tasted champagne until you've tasted podium champagne. I bet. All fizzed up and sprayed everywhere, then drink it. That's how connoisseurs really drink champagne. Hard fought win for Ingledew. Yeah, he's going to be a threat. Loose Teddy Racing are definitely going to be a threat, but we'll see what we can do. Right. I want to see what the headquarters do. +10 part development staff, 2 part improvement slots. Next race in 24 days. I'm just wondering if we build a part or wait for the factory upgrade to happen. I think we start building it because we need the head start to try and get it on the car in the next race, and those 10 part development staff will come in to helping improve reliability and performance on the parts we're doing so on before the next race anyway, so we will get some benefit from it. Let's finally put a new part on our bloody car, shall we? Yes, let's do it. I should probably look at where our weaknesses are. Okay. Engines, not brilliant. Gearbox, not brilliant. Suspension, we could definitely do some improvements. I'd say suspension and engine. So, where are we going next? Milan. Everything's crucial. Why do they have these guides? Yeah, you need everything, really. Oh, good, thanks. Okay. Let's improve our suspension. Okay. Medium speed corners +20, red zone -10%. So I've worked out that obviously that red zone is reliability. So it starts at 40%. If you go for that, it will start at 50%. But obviously we're going to get better performance. We're going for performance. We're pushing the limits this time out. We can't add a good component yet. We're obviously going to have to work at improving these parts throughout the season. So let's go ahead and build that suspension part. 800,000, not too bad really, considering. Right, let's continue. Car repairs complete. Yes, I don't really need to know about that, thank you. Car repair yes. You're going to be doing it anyway, why tell me? It's like a normal, it's like cleaning the car. I don't have an email going in, oh, we've cleaned all the bug shit off the cars today. Just letting you know. Cheers. And handling development centre opened by ZRT Autosport. So our rivals starting to push forward with the developments as well of their facilities. I'm pretty happy that we've got the headquarters. We're not going to be able to do anything else for quite a while because we don't have the money. 2 days till that headquarters is done. What we got? Possible improvements to gearboxes. One of our guys just had a great new idea about the gearboxes. I won't bore you with the details, but if we were to re-engineer the electronics, we'd get some serious good performance out of it. The only downside is it's going to cost us plus 30 performance, 400,000. I don't think we'd get that increase from developing a new gearbox, which costs us $1 million, of course. Go for it. Why are you even asking? It should be done by now. Thank you. Okay. New suspension part finished. Performance work complete. Suspension build finished. Let's see what we should do then. I think we improve the engine. Let's go for it. Top speed or red zone? I mean, if we don't go for top speed, will we still get a performance increase? So that is obviously giving it 20. Red zone. I'm confused now. So the red zone is is when it becomes critical, I think. So it won't improve the performance. Well, we can just improve the reliability. Let's make the part as good as possible, and then we can get our engineers to work on improving the reliability. Ouch, that hurts. Minus 3 million, right? That's all we can do for now, really, for quite a while. We should be improving parts. New building available. Our factory is now the 5th best on the grid. Overall, we've got the 6th best facilities on the grid. I think that opens up some new buildings to us. Of course, we've got a test track now. Forecasting centre, we already had. Telemetry, brakes R&D is now available. I think the scouting facility might be new. Not sure. Well, of course, we continue to upgrade up. 15 million! Blimey. Scouting facility is pretty cheap, but I don't want to scout anyone. I think we're okay. I think we're good. Right, let's improve some parts. We've got... What did we just do? Suspension. Okay. Yeah. Let's improve the reliability of that suspension. That's the other one they're going to be using. So we'll improve that reliability. Oh, look at all the extra points we've got. Lovely. We've got a new engine coming. Can't improve the performance anyway. Can improve the performance of the brakes. And could improve the performance. Not much on that though. Yeah, these parts are pretty maxed out already. Let's improve it on the new suspension. And we'll go sort of... Let's go 15.5. Reliability is definitely the most important thing. Actually, we want to improve it as much as possible for the next race. If we have just 2, 3. I mean, it's going to be well out after the race that it's at 100, but we just want it to continuously improve. Right, that's good. Oh, we're actually starting to do stuff now. Feels good. I'd laugh if we just crash and burn now. if everything starts going wrong, now we start improving the car. Will the ERS be adding a new race in Dubai in 2018? A vote at the Global Motorsport Association on Wednesday will decide whether or not the European Racing Series Roadshow will roll into United Arab Emirates next year. Judging by the circuit layout, the track in Dubai is likely to be good news for Firebird MRT, whose car would likely be to perform well. It's always great to visit a new circuit. I'd love to watch our magnificent cars hurtling around the track. What a dick. It's that time again. GMA voting season. When is it? 2 days. I'm not really bothered whether they add the track or not, to be honest. Hopefully we won't be in this division or this championship next year. Is the goal. Politics. I'm going to abstain then. I don't really see why it makes any difference to us. An extra race to get sponsorship, extra race to get points, more racing. I'm a racer, doesn't bother me. Keep our vote. Everybody's voting. Everybody has a big opinion on this. For and final vote against, so there will be no new race next year. Okay. There will now be a political recess. What is this? Bloody kindergarten. Until next vote in 56 days. Okay. Wonderful. Vote of addition of G by GP as end. Yeah, okay. Running race events. Wow, 16 races in Formula 1. See, it's not as many as real life, but it's still a long old season if we ever get there. Okay. Right, the engine has finished. Okay. Right, we're improving currently. Where's our new engines? Or engine? Why is it a new engine? I'm going to write a very strongly worded emails to these developers and try and get them to change this, because it does not make sense. But I'm not going to spend about the 16th episode out of 25 talking about this. Okay. Reliability. The engines are actually pretty good. I'm going to take one of the engines off and put a new engine on. And I'm also going to add the performance over there. So we're just slowly improving everything and increasing the reliability of that new engine as well. Good stuff. Okay, let's continue. Off to Milan. Wonderful sunny Italy. I shall enjoy a nice pizza while I'm there, I'm sure. Now, considering we finished top 2 the first 2 races, do we take a huge risk and go with our top sponsor? I'm still not confident at all. I'm going to go 6th again. I'm going to go 6th. Right. Let's stick all these new cars on the parts and parts on the cars, and we'll have one car with parts on and one set of parts with a car on. Lovely. Okay, now. Engine. Right, new engine. Oh, this is tough. There's not much difference. Actually, the old engine's better at the moment. Let's give Eka the old engine. It's so little difference, doesn't really matter, does it? Front wings are spec, of course. Brakes doesn't matter. Gearbox. One is clearly better, but a lot more unreliable. We're going to give that to Dreyfus. Actually, we went the other way on the engine. And suspension, who's going to get the new suspension? 18761. Okay. I'm going to give Eka the better car this time. Dreyfus is still happy. She's still happy. Against other car. Nice to see you give me a better car than Clara Eka. 9%. Oh, morale change 9%. Is her car... Oh, ever so slightly in acceleration and deceleration because of that much better gearbox. Okay. That's all good. Well, let's get into practice then. Okay, let's give them their cars. It is of course raining again. Just my luck this season. But then it's rained in both races and we've done so well. Maybe that's what we're reading correctly. I do wonder if the AI are just struggling a little bit with some stuff when it comes to rain and picking the right strategies. It's very difficult to predict how the player is going to read it and how the engine needs to be read by the AI. Apparently, because all racing games seem to get it wrong, and this management game seems to be no different. That's the only way I can explain how well we're doing. Right. Not really any idea for this, so let's go for some oversteer and some top speed and see what they say, shall we? Take practice. Racers to your cars. Send out. Yep, I was sure I just gave them this strategy, so I would like you to go out. Soaking wet. It's going to be ready for wet tyres pretty quickly, by the look of things. In fact, I don't know why we're on intermediate tyres, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. It's only practice after all. If anything, that's what I'm most excited about, trying to get to the Asian Motorsport Championship, whatever it's called. Is to have a qualifying session. I would love a qualifying session, please. That's half the joy in a race weekend sometimes. Okay, Ecker's seems much better than Dreyfus's. 74%, pretty good. Handling and speed balance, good. Downforce, pretty poor. Doesn't like the downforce, none of that. I'd like less downforce, please. Don't know what I'm doing. Let's try and keep those two the same. Just change the downforce and try and get it. Right. I'm in a really weird mood today. I had a really bad day at work, and for some reason, as soon as I get that translates into as soon as I start playing games and recording stuff, I'm suddenly in a much better mood, and it makes me a bit weird for some reason. Right. Handling, understeer. I don't know what. Just let's go the opposite directions and everything, shall we? And see if it's better. 54%. May as well take a wheel off the car, mightn't you? Bring in. There's 2 huge updates for this game coming tomorrow in my time, but yesterday when this goes out, or 2 days ago when this goes out, I'm not sure when this goes out, Saturday I think, which hopefully I will try and do an update video on. If I haven't done it by this point, look out for it. If I have done it, go and watch it. I'll put an annotation now if I remember. Probably not. The first one is a free DLC, which is going to allow you to create your own team, which is really cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So you start out with a new team, I presume, and you can name it, colours, logo, stuff like that. Good. Still only 82 though. We need to make some changes. Let's do what we normally do, shall we? Just tweak everything a little bit and hope for the best. Dreyfus, how's she? Nearly dry tyres. 85. Good. Same thing. Let's try a bit lower downforce. What was the 52 that was poor? A bit more towards top speed. Let's go a little this way. And the handling, it's more towards oversteer. Very poor. Let's go more towards understeer. Let's just move that back a touch. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, the second one is a paid DLC, I presume. There's no price that's gone up on the store yet, which is a bit weird. But it's a GT class, a GT game mode. So there'll be GT cars, sort of like GT3 class from Le Mans, which is really cool. I'm glad they're adding different. I'm glad there's DLC for a starter. It means it's doing well. But I'm also excited to see how they approach different types of racing, and it will just add a different flavour to the gameplay. That's for sure. I kind of want to do a let's play of both, like starting a new team and GT, but 3 series on this game would be ridiculous. So I might start a second one if you guys want. Let me know. On one of the 2, I might do a vote or something on Twitter as to which to do. Let's concentrate on this first. It's kind of improved, not kind of not. Which way did we go? Top speed and understeer. Let's go a bit more top speed and a bit more understeer then. A bit more top speed, a bit more understeer. Downforce, let's give a tiny tweak and just see if it works. We may as well be on dry tyres now. But yeah, look out for Twitter poll on Twitter, surprisingly, as to maybe trying one of those. But I'll definitely do an update video and just go over the features of what's in the game, of what's in the DLCs. Okay, great. Okay, so we want to keep that balance and change the handling back towards oversteer and acceleration. Okay. Back towards understeer and acceleration. Let's go a little bit more acceleration. Downforce is great, so we'll leave that. Let's just try and get the other two down. And we'll also send out on soft tyres. Yeah, so look out for that. I do love this game so much. I need to check out Mods and Workshop as well. I could honestly do the whole channel on this game, but I enjoy playing too many other games to concentrate on that. Why is all the AI still on wet tyres? You see, this is what I mean. They're so dumb. Wet weather is... oh, crap on it. They just don't seem to get it. They're both not very happy. This is not going well at the moment. We're maybe not concentrating as well as we should. Yeah, it's so nearly a perfect game, and the only people that can pick holes in it, which I do regularly, are people that are really passionate about motorsport and know in-depth things about the sport. So I didn't like that at all. So we want to go back towards acceleration. Maybe leave everything else for now. Acceleration. Okay. Send out again. But I think that that's what this needed. There's a lot of fans of management games and strategy games that I know, other small YouTubers as well, that have been drawn into this game that aren't particularly Formula 1 fans. And that's good. That it's attracting a different audience. And I think it's a lot easier for this kind of game to thrive now, more than it would have, or did, 10-15 years ago when we had the last big games. I mean, there's a lot of people that played it, but they were mostly motorsport fans. And now it doesn't really need to be, especially with YouTube and the way that people watch and consume games and find out about them. It's got a lot more chance to do well, and it obviously is doing well. Right, we ever had good balance? We have. Understeer, oversteer. Right. I guess I could just do that. I'm going to hold my finger on the screen. Oh, it tells me in comparison, doesn't it? Blithering idiot. So you want to go more towards oversteer again. Okay. Both of the others are good. What am I doing? Oversteer. Let's try changing the speed balance a little bit, just in case. We'll send them back out. Like I said, crazy mood. But I love being able to progress as well. That's something this has over old games like Grand Prix Manager 2 and Grand Prix World. So you can progress from the ranks, because they're not... Whilst it would be really good to have a license and have official Formula 1 teams, etc., it's a good thing in a way, because it allows them to do things like going through GP3, GP2, GP1 and mess about with things that probably the licenses wouldn't allow anymore. But that is going to be it from practice then. We may have broken into 90s if that final run helped, but not the best setups in the world. But a lot of upgrades on the car this weekend. And if it's wet again, of course, we always stand a chance. It will be interesting if it's a dry race to see how we get on. See what our performance is like when it's down to pure speed and not necessarily crazy strategies. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, hit that like button down below. If you want to leave some comments on firstly then whether you would like to see a second playthrough, a second Let's Play, on either the GT DLC or the free DLC of creating your own team. Obviously the GT DLC would probably offer a bit more of a different Let's Play. Creating your own team is probably going to be the same as this, and once you've created it, there's probably going to be very little differences. But if you'd first see that, do let me know. And also leave some advice, obviously, of what we can do to improve the cars. Maybe whether we should be looking at new designers or anything, or if I'm doing everything perfectly. Also, let me know. It's it's difficult when you're in a bubble, and I don't really look at guides or how any other people play this game. So I'm always trying to discover how to improve. And of course, if you're new to this channel, then hit that subscribe button down below to keep up to date and watch some other content on the channel. So until a few days time, when we will be back for the race in Milan, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.
These battles have often been contained on single racetracks. Now, it's going global. The chosen chariot for this is the Red Bull 2016. Brilliant in the bends, but often hampered by its Renault engine. Lacking power on the...
Sorry? What do you mean? They make watches. Oh, okay.
Can they make up for the deficit on the streets with their Tag Heuer engine?
Sauber, a team that often I get confused as to whether they have overachieved or underachieved. A team of humble beginnings, founded by Peter Sauber in the 1970s. He would eventually work his way up the ladder to win back-to-back Le Mans races in 1988 and 1999 with the incredible Sauber Mercedes C9, a car that was relatively unchanged between the 2 years, such was its dominance. It was then that Peter Sauber decided to take a foray into Formula 1.